So welcome, ladies and gentlemen, and everybody else in and outside of that spectrum.
Yeah.
I don't know what's that could be our first podcast topic. What the fuck do I call, like, we have ladies and gentlemen, and then what the fuck do I call everybody else?
General folk.
The rest.
The rest.
The pog folks.
The pog folk. Well, that's just like the everybody in general, because like, so I could just say like, welcome back to the CEMDcast, pog folks.
That's true.
Welcome back, everyone, to welcome everyone and victims to the podcast.
Ladies, gentlemen, and other.
And other.
Victims.
Yeah, but I want something that like sounds nice, you know?
And you.
Viewers like you. Thank you.
Gentlemen,
episode's
gentlewomen,
sponsored
gentle
by-
folk.
Gentle, yeah.
Gentle
Gentle
folk.
folk, yeah.
All-encompassing.
Welcome back, gentle ladies, gentlemen, and gentle folk, to our lovely podcast.
Episode 1.
Episode 1. Yeah, holy
Episode
shit.
1.
Yeah. Here we have, we'll go ahead and start with introductions. Who wants to go first?
We start from the table. From
Oh
left
shit!
to
Yeah,
right.
there's a table.
The table
a
order.
natural order.
Yeah, shit. Okay, well, I
Yep.
guess I didn't want to go first.
Yeah,
But I
it
guess-
sucks to suck. I guess.
Yeah.
The table.
You made the server, so you go first.
Yeah, for some reason, apparently because I made the Discord server, I'm now in charge of the CEMDcast. Which,
You're the head of the pod
Exactly.
family.
yeah. Oh, you know what? Yeah, that's a good point. I am the head of the amalgamation we made, the pog them. So yeah, you know.
From head
Our
head
beautiful
to
monster.
head
Yeah.
to feet.
Which if you have not seen, go ahead and check out our Twitter. The link will be below.
Or will it?
A
A challenge.
That's another
Personally.
problem I just realized. We're gonna have to make a fucking YouTube channel for the CEMDcast.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Well, we have the account, so we can just do it. It's not that hard, right?
Well, yeah,
Right,
but
sure.
we're not gonna do that now because we're in the middle of recording a podcast episode.
Let's
so
do it live. We just make an
Just-
account.
just
Yep.
fucking yikes.
It's 15 minutes
Welcome
of
to-
silence, and then what should I make the password?
Episode 1, welcome to episode 1, where we're multitasking while talking about whatever we're talking about while making an
Jesus.
account.
Yeah. Oh my god. Okay. So anyways, so yeah, I guess I'll start first and then we'll go down the line on the table. So it'll go
Okay.
me, Arid, Rav, and then Manser. So
Yeah.
hello, I am Duckie. I am apparently the leader of this shit show. Welcome to the CEMDcast. We were gonna go with the podcast, but that's apparently already been taken by like so
It's a
many
very
fucking
common name.
people. Yeah. So we're unofficially the Pogcast, but we're officially the CEMDcast. I can understand it gets confusing, but
Oh, sure.
it's fine. I am a content creator and a digital artist. I have a bunch of links to stuff that'll be in the description once we make the YouTube channel.
If we make the YouTube
We're gonna
channel.
make the YouTube channel. I'm
Where
not.
else is this gonna go?
Yeah, where else is this gonna go?
Where
like-
do you
No,
think
just
we're
a
headed?
really long Twitter video, you know?
Is it just gonna go on my channel? Is this just what's happening now? Is just everything's
No.
attached to me? Like, no, we made a Twitter for it. We'll just make a YouTube channel for it.
We made a Gmail.
Yeah, we made a whole email account.
What do you mean you made the Gmail? I made the Gmail.
Nancy made the Gmail.
Made the Gmail.
We, aka just me.
Yeah. If you have seen our Twitter, you'll know that we are the devs of CEMDcast. We are the starring cast. Of the this is just about the CEMDcast. What am I? This is supposed to be my introduction.
Introduce
Fuck.
yourself.
Yeah, just introduce you
Uh,
first, and then introduce Chemcast.
Yeah. That's a good point. I just started introducing CEMDcast because I didn't know what the fuck to say about myself. Hello, I'm
Just say
Duckie.
yours.
Also formerly known as Queen Duckie, but I've changed my branding to just be Duckie.
Ooh.
My pronouns are she, her, or they, them. Yeah. I make Twitch stream content and sometimes YouTube videos, but seeing as I don't have the money to pay an editor and I'm shit at editing, videos almost never get uploaded on there. So I have like one well-edited video
editing.
that I got from like Stu because he had a subscriber perk at the time to edit one video for free, and I used it before he got rid of it. So that video's it's one of the Hollow Knight videos, I think. I don't know. Yeah, I do variety and Minecraft content. Minecraft content is mostly over on Evatech SMP. That's an SMP server I'm part of. We're finishing up the 5th season
Wow.
soon, I think.
I think they said December it was ending. Question
No,
mark.
well, so typically on Evatech, the seasons are supposed to end after we do the charity live stream. But because of Minecraft's like updating nonsense, trying to switch the server over from 1.16.5 to 1.17 would be a hassle to do for the new season, so we're just waiting on that. I don't know if I'm supposed to publicly announce that either. So this entire section may just be cut out. We'll see.
You heard it here first, folks. Insider info.
Insider info. Yeah.
Get it nowhere else because we're stupid.
That's the things I'm a part of. I have open art commissions if I'm just gonna keep advertising, I guess.
Yeah, keep advertising.
Yeah,
Feed us
yeah.
your
Here's my YouTube,
Feed
here's
us
my
your
Twitch,
social
here's my
media.
Twitter, here's my
Here's my Instagram,
here's
Shameless
my
plug.
Here's
here's
my
the
Reddit.
portal, here's my D&D.
No,
here's
I don't
my
have a
D&D
Reddit.
server.
Here's my D&D server.
Here's my Discord server. Here's my alternate account for another thing.
Here's actually the password for the CEMDcast Twitter.
Yeah, this is the CEMDcast Discord, which we have not made public yet. Oh wait, oops.
Or made.
Here's our location.
Yeah.
Yeah, here's my exact IP address.
Yeah,
as-
here, let me
as of
just
right now.
dox myself live on the
Yeah,
CEMDcast.
hold on. Let me read up
yeah.
my map.
Yeah.
Let me read up my
I'm
Episode
located
one,
in the
you
middle
meet
of
us in-
Africa.
Ooh.
Ooh.
You got really good Wi-Fi connection
Wow.
there.
Yeah.
That's a weird
Premium.
way of saying redacted.
Yeah, I'm sitting on a middle of a Kenyan desert with some lions around me holding the router.
Oh man. Feed him some fish, why don't you?
Wow.
Yeah, I
The
will.
Lion- the Lion King 2021 sequel looks
The lions
great.
eat fish.
I don't think so. I don't think it's part of their natural habitat. They
Look
might.
it up.
I don't know
The
shit ton
lions
about lions.
eat there has to be fish in like
There's
the water.
there's Oasis.
Yes, lions will eat fish.
Oases.
Lions have been recorded feeding on almost anything and every. Okay, so they'll just eat anything that was once alive,
Oh, okay, all right.
like goats.
Like
Except-
goat.
Goats eat
Goat.
trash.
So they'll eat the trash eater.
Yeah. They eat the trash eater, and then that like transfer of garbage, it carries over.
Gotcha. Okay, all right. Understandable.
And that's a lot about Duckie. Gee.
Yeah, we kind of
We learned a
spiraled
fact
off
about
there.
lions today.
Wow, that's a great introduction. I'm trash.
Yeah,
I live in redacted.
Yes. I have several lions.
Ooh.
Yeah.
What are their names? Tell us right now.
We have Georgie, Rose, Gemini, and Steve.
Steve.
Yeah,
Steve.
Steve.
It's like the guy from Minecraft.
Yeah, I like that guy. Yeah, Steve.
Steve Jobs.
Yeah, Steve recently gave birth.
Oh,
to
shit.
Alex,
Oh.
to Alex and
Congratulations,
Jobs.
Yeah, congratulations.
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't know Steve was a trans male.
No, Steve is a female. I just named her Steve.
Oh.
Oh yeah. Names
Yeah,
are
yeah,
gender
yeah.
neutral, guys.
Yeah.
Oh,
Steve,
yeah.
Steve is gender neutral.
Steve is a gender neutral name. We know this.
You've
Wow.
seen Minecraft. It's gender neutral.
It can exist in the animal world too.
Yeah, sure. See, now I'm just imagining like a lion with just the Steve head on it, and I hate it.
Ferb, I know what we're doing after session.
Oh god,
Ferb,
yeah.
I know what we're doing today.
Ferb, I know what we're doing. Alright, anyways, back to introductions. We kind of spiraled a little bit. Arid.
It goes mute.
Sorry.
Just mutes, yeah.
Yeah.
That's my
Do
introduction,
not
just mute.
perceive me. Hi, my name's Iridian, or Arid for short. I'm also as well a digital artist and also a streamer, but only sometimes. I stream like once about every 9 days when I actually gain the spatial awareness like, hey, I have not had a presence anywhere except Twitter for what feels like a month. And then it's just like 7 to 9 days. I'm like, oh, sick. I use she her pronouns exclusively. I
Wait, I need to change your pronouns on the D&D then.
haha,
Fuck.
get destroyed. Get tripped up. This is how you find out. But I don't there's not necessarily a lot to know about me. I focus almost exclusively on hit tabletop role-playing game Dungeons and Dragons. And that is about it.
Yay!
Yeah.
Yeah. I also just realized I may have to cut out a little bit of that section because the Discord records the entire Discord, and I exited out of the VC to go change your pronouns on the D&D. So we'll see.
It's the inside scoop.
It's the inside scoop. Yeah,
The
sure.
behind the scenes nuggets.
We're learning everything about each other. Whoa.
Wow.
Turns
God. Okay. Next we have Rav.
Whoa.
Hi, my name is Ravioli. You can call me Rav or Ravi or Cheese Ravioli, as I am found in most places. I am not a content creator nor a digital artist
A fool.
or have any sort of social presence like the rest of them do. But I mod
Respect.
for some people sometimes. My earbuds cut out a lot, so if I seem even more quieter than usual, then I blame it on that. You
Fair.
can find me in a lot of servers. Yeah, that's it. I like anime and stuff.
Let's
Nice to meet
Nice.
go.
I love the fact that you're like, oh no, I'm not a digital artist, and then I'm like looking at the table of the art that
Yeah.
you did of
I
yourself.
just pulled up the table.
Just don't worry about it. It was,
Everything else.
That specific piece of art that you did doesn't count. It was just a spur of the
It's a
moment.
fluke.
It's
A
a
red
Yeah,
herring.
it's a red herring, yeah.
Cut
I
to the
just wanted
D&D
to throw
server
them
where you've
off.
drawn your character a good several times.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. It was
Oh man.
maybe it wasn't me. It was just someone who
You got a
goes by me.
ghostwriter.
It was you got a ghost artist.
Ghost
Yeah,
artist.
who's Rav? There's no art. She's actually just commissioning everything.
Oh man.
Everything's
Oh,
just a
yeah.
commission.
Yep.
I never would have guessed. This is
Yeah.
New
Her name's
information.
actually Ravioli too, so we get
Oh my
mixed up quite
gosh.
often.
I'm shocked. Frankly, I don't know how I'll like mentally recover from this.
Yeah,
You
same.
don't. You just have to accept
Yeah,
the truth.
You've ruined me.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean it to come out like this at a time like this.
You're off the podcast.
You're on
Here,
off the
folks.
podcast.
Insider's truth.
Cider's truth. Oh my god. Okay,
Thanks for listening, everybody.
last but not least,
Last but least, get destroyed.
That's
No.
honestly fair. That's fair.
no. Last but not least, we have Mancer.
Yeah.
Woo!
Woo.
Yeah.
I just realized you have a
Yeah.
crab on your headphones, bro.
Yes. How dare you not realize this?
Listen, I wasn't looking at details. I was just like, yes, the table's complete. Time to record.
I don't care about anything.
You
So
fool.
yes, it is I, Mancer. I am not a content creator, but am a digital artist. Whoa.
Wow.
It's a mix. I'm unique. Okay. I do have social media sometimes. I'm just a special
Sometimes.
guest. I'm just a special guest everywhere. Okay, that's cool. That's neat. I make a
Just
good
an
birthday.
honorary member.
I'm just an honorary friend. Okay. Go follow my
Yikes.
Twitter. That's it.
Yeah.
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 I did forget during
Yay.
my introduction to plug any of my things.
Also follow my YouTube channel, which is dead. But hey, maybe just
You can find me anywhere with that one Iridian, except the O is a 0. Don't be fooled. I say it anytime I introduce myself, and there are still people who don't know that the O is a 0, which in fact it is.
What if I told you that I didn't know until now?
Are you serious?
Okay, I knew it on most platforms except for your Discord. It looks like a
Strike
capital O.
2,
You
Rav.
can't blame me.
Oh
so you should have plugged in all 4 of your Twitter accounts. That would be cool.
Oh yeah.
All
Oh yeah. Hold on, I have like
All
7.
4?
Yeah.
7?
Yeah.
The old
hold on.
account, the
my god. Why do you
There's,
have so
the
many?
D&D account.
There's Iridian that one, except the O's a 0, because I misclicked on my laptop and 2 words switched around. There's Alt Iridian, which is my alt account. There's Arid Draws stuff where I don't post, but I wanted to keep the username because it's what my Instagram is named. There's D&D Arid where I vague post about my own D&D campaigns. There's Call Me the Archer, which is my private account. And then there's the CEMDcast Twitter, and then there's Tangent, which is another podcast that I'm on that has not had a second episode.
Where's the D&D one? Hold on.
Have you not realized that they made a D&D account?
No, I haven't seen that. I've only got their alt and then the main one.
Yeah, they've been following you.
I
and
didn't
they
even
also
follow
retweet
the. Hold on.
I'm sure I followed you.
all
It's
of my
just D&D Arid.
Yeah. For all the accounts that follow you, you cannot escape it.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
now
followed
I'm
my other
following
DM,
you.
James, on Twitter too, and he only had like 2 followers when I followed him, and I've been following him on every account just so he knows that I've made a new one. So now he has like 10 followers, and they're all just me.
What's his account?
He doesn't post anything. Hold on, let me try and find him. He likes one of my tweets once in a blue moon, and it's always a fun surprise. Let me see.
Yes, it's me, and me.
He's
and me.
causing idiots on Twitter.
Causing idiots. Got it.
Yeah, he's the one with the I don't know. It's a very niche like fandom he's in. The Discworld profile picture.
It's bugs reside in the Gordo.
That's the guy.
Okay.
He's got an art Instagram where he posts his stuff, and it's very neat, but I don't remember what it is. It's like Wizard's Moss Jar. He also has a TikTok. I'm plugging my other DM's TikTok.
You said there's 10 followers. All I see is 5.
4. Oh man, I must have missed a follower too.
Oh my god.
Or 6.
Yes, there's 10 followers. Sorry, I missed one. There's actually 5.
You think I like stalk his Twitter? He's made like 1 post.
That's not the posts that matter.
He made 1 post and he shared it with us in his Discord server.
So I went on Twitter and I just see Mile 420 is trending. And I'm like, why? And then I just see this really shitty recreation of a bedroom that's apparently supposed to be a teen's room.
Bummer.
And I'm like, this looks like a bad studio lot. What the fuck?
Wait, I see it.
Yeah.
What is that? What is that?
Apparently it's a thing.
Bedroom,
It's
right?
like a news thing, right? For how to help parents identify signs of drug use.
Oh my god.
I'm like,
wait, where do I? Oh, Mile 420. I see.
Yeah.
That looks
Look at that.
Looks like a
Missouri
normal
Hello Pet.
teen's bedroom,
Yep.
right? Think again.
Think
Right.
again.
That looks
We'll
like
show
a
you what
content
parents
creator's
should be looking out for so they can identify signs of drug use. I was shocked at what I found in this room.
I love how
And-
they kept the very obvious like studio light in there. Like,
I like how they
the only
kept
thing
the
suspicious
carpet,
is
too.
the tapestry.
I see someone say this was like a porn set.
Why is there a bra
oh my
on the floor?
god.
Who put you
This-
there?
Who
Why
put
is
put
there a
that
bra
there?
on the
Tapestry is
floor?
just
The
taped
table's
up,
right
too.
there.
Hold on, I'm gonna send the picture of this into the Discord just so that like I don't forget to like add it in post so people have context as to what the fuck we're
Yeah.
talking about.
Okay, there's one thing I do agree with in there, and it's the magazines. If you see any teenager with magazines in the, I fucked it with the server by accident.
Why is there bras on the floor? Well, are you sure
There's
this
a
is
bra
Yeah,
on the
okay,
floor,
okay.
but the only suspicious thing is the magazines, because who owns like Vogue magazines?
Yeah, that and the thing is
In
that
this
pile
economy?
of like shit on the floor, no one just has that small of a pile of shit on the floor.
Yeah, no one has the one pile of
Yes.
shit.
Yeah, you
I'm
either
looking at
have
my room right now. I cleaned it, and there's like 5 piles of shit.
I got a pile of bags over here, a pile of like boxes from stuff I unboxed that I still need to throw out, like dishes, like I have multiple and my fucking laundry. Like
Yeah, I have a box that I tore apart on stream, and I have socks just riddled all over the place.
like what
And
the
then
fuck?
obligatory it's just all the time.
Bro, what in the world? This is
seriously. Who has a small pile? Like, if you're at least a drug addict, have a big, massive pile, like what a normal person would have.
I don't even know. No, I'm not even pointing that out. I'm just pointing out how badly made this is for a quote unquote replication of a teen's room.
Yeah, like what teen room is that clean?
I don't know.
Well,
What
like
you
it,
sure?
I've
Teenager would
seen.
have.
Oh, sorry.
They just
Continue.
have like a pillow thing,
box.
sweatpants zone. This looks
What?
like something like, I don't know,
This
maybe
is
a
the
10-year-old
most
would
millennial
have.
shit I've ever seen. Wait, what's that on
Yeah.
the bed right there? I don't know if that's like an alarm clock or a really big remote.
I think that's like a pencil case or something. I don't. It
Well,
looks
I'm
really
pretty sure
fucking
it is.
massive.
Okay,
Well,
so
this-
there's the trash can right there, and there's no other trash like around it, which would indicate like, oh, somebody threw it at the trash can to like get sort of the general direction. And the things on like the table side, I guess it's like a little too far away from the bed, so you can't like reach over and grab it whenever you're getting like midnight thirsty or whatever.
Yeah.
But also, there's an empty water bottle at the foot of the bed that has not been disrupted or anything. Like,
Is that
I feel like even today's generation would have the common sense to once they like, chug a whole water bottle somehow without disrupting the perfect like structure of the water bottle. They wouldn't then like drop it on the foot of their bed and then make their bed and not move it. They would at least throw it at the trash can.
Or like what I do,
Yeah.
like with dishes, like sometimes I do it with dishes where it's like I don't want to go walk over to the kitchen and put it in the sink, right? So I just put it on the table next to me, but I keep them all in like the same area. So like
Right.
the water
Yeah,
bottles,
yeah.
like the water bottles would all be on the same like nightstand table at the very least. Like the fuck?
Another thing I noticed that's wrong, there's either a safe or an alarm clock on the right bedside table if you're looking at it from the way the
Mhm.
camera's pointing. And there's not only that, but either a can of hand sanitizer or lotion, and both the alarm clock and the sanitizer are facing away from the bed, which just doesn't make any fucking sense. Nobody's getting out of bed and walking in front of their bedside table to like sanitize their hands or set their alarm clock.
Yeah. Like I'm gonna be honest, like I've seen like rooms, right, that like are clean and shit like that, right, that don't have like piles of mess or anything like that it looks somewhat clean like this one, but like this just looks like someone took a clean room and tried to make it look messy because they were like, oh, this is a teen room.
Yeah, this is what teens look like.
Yeah.
It's not.
There's no way there's
It's
and they're also
accurate.
trying to avoid like branded products. Like you can see in the
Yeah.
bottom right shelf there, they have the can of hairspray facing away, and they don't. Let me see what else. There's the obvious Mario merch, but like without it
Dasani
very
water
prominent.
bottles.
There's like the
Dasani
Coke
water-
bottles too.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess like Coke is like a wide enough known product that they're not gonna, like, if it's shown in something, they're not gonna lawsuit right away.
Yeah.
Like they got other, like everyone knows Coca-Cola, they don't have to worry about like copyright.
Yeah,
I guess.
Coca-Cola, we're gonna sue you for
Okay,
putting
Wait,
Coca-Cola.
wait,
another thing.
Yeah, okay, no, you go first. I just found another thing that has to do with the drinks.
Okay.
Water bottles?
I'm looking at the tapestry again. It's hung up by masking tape. By
Oh
painter's
my
tape, if you
God.
will.
That's what I said, yeah.
What the
Not
fuck?
to mention the bed is completely made, like, hello?
Yeah. Ugh.
Yeah.
With the pillows above the blankets. This kid is on drugs.
Even
know
I
what
don't
he's
do
on.
that, dude. What
Yeah.
the fuck? Like, when my bed's made, I put the blankets either, like, over the pillows or, like, just don't go to the pillows. Because it's annoying
just
dealing with that.
Inconvenient.
Yeah.
Like, why is there just that giant hung thing? That's it. Like, what? Imagine waking up and you just seeing colors. Like, oh shit. Here comes the drugs. Am I
Oh
still on
man,
drugs?
I'm a teen in today's day and age.
It's like, hello, I am a it's like, it's like, I've been out of high school for a while, but I don't think it's changed that much. Like, Jesus.
It has not.
Like, seriously.
Like, I'm pretty steady
Don't
in
worry.
high school. That absolutely nothing like this at all. Like, if anything, there'd, and I, again, with the branding thing, there'd like be at the very worst like a wall of monster cans collected over like a week or two.
Yeah, no, that was the thing I was gonna mention about the drinks. You've got the two Coke bottles, like, or cans, sorry, one on one nightstand, the other on the other nightstand, and then you've got like a random larger bottle that looks like, or can that looks like it could be like Red Bull or like a Monster thing or something.
Oh, yeah,
I can't
that's
tell
Red
what
Bull.
brand that is. Yeah, you've got the red one, you've got like the blue and white one, and then you've got a green one, and I'm like, nobody who has like a caffeine addiction to this stuff has this many different flavors hanging out in their room. Like, you have
they pick a
consistency.
favorite and they stick to it. They like buy it in bulk. They're like trying to have a theme with their garbage or whatever. Like, just personally, I have one of every can of like Monster Energy that has been available to me that it's only like maybe like 20 flavors that I've curated over weeks and weeks and weeks. I buy one every week. I am friends with someone with a very avid, slow recovering caffeine addiction to said energy drink, and like, he's not buying like one of every flavor any chance he gets. He's like picked a favorite and he's getting it every single time. And also, he's definitely not keeping it in his room all willy-nilly. Like, he's gonna throw it towards the trash can or something, which is still what I'm miffed on. Is how the diverse spreading of the garbage. Like, personally, in my room, my entire, like, my trash can is located, if you're looking at it, on the left side of my bed. My bed's placed in the middle, similar to this picture. It takes up more space just because I have a small room. The entirety of the left side of the floor next to my bed is, like, at its very worst, covered in garbage. Like, I'm not spreading out the garbage. I, like, reach over to the side, because that's where the trash can generally is, and I'm dropping it there. I don't decide, I want it near the door today. No.
Jesus. So many. Wait. I just noticed this. Who just has one singular pair of flip-flops at their bed? One pair! Just one pair of flip-flops.
Wait, no one else does that?
Well, no. The thing is, you can do that, but why is there only one pair?
Maybe you're poor. Maybe
Like, why is there just
it's
one?
so, like, peculiar, like, it's so strangely set up. Like, this
and they're
guy
stacked so
either
nicely.
really favors the right side of his bed, which doesn't make sense because the door is very clearly on the left where the camera is. At least that's what I'm assuming from this very fake setup.
Yeah.
You don't go to the right side of your bed. Like after a long day of school, I'm inferring by the backpack, you don't go to the right side of your bed, the one farthest away from the comfort. Take off your flip-flops there, put your backpack there, and just go back to the left side of your bed. Like all of my shit's curated on the right side of my bed because that's closest to the door. I lay down after that.
Yeah, no, like I'm like I like to say that again. There's nothing wrong with the flip flops being there. It's just where they are, and there's only one pair, and it seems to insinuate that they're wearing flip flops to school, which any school that I've known of is having an issue with that.
Yeah,
like.
My school allows people to go in heels and all that. So
what?
Yeah.
What if there's a fire?
No, I've seen a lot of girls around here wearing heels in school, and sometimes they'll fall down when there's a fire alarm. Like I just hear girls screaming and just falling on the floor.
What
with the heels?
Bro, the school,
all the other people just running and walking.
Damn.
Down the stairs.
Dude, the school I went to, you could not get away with wearing open-toed like shit. Like if you even thought about wearing like if you even thought about wearing like sandals, it'd be like no, we could see your toes. Go get the fuck out of here. Like
yeah, my school's you can hear my mom downstairs. I think I picked up on mic. But my school's thing just randomly, because we're like the largest grade of wherever we are, like we're the largest mass of students. So the first year when they had an experience like however many is a lot kids in one area, they'd go no, they like absolutely crack down on it, like no open toed, you need like sneakers or boots or whatever. And then second year, when all the new students also came in and added to that mayhem, they really couldn't stop the entirety of whatever grade we're in that year from wearing open-toed shoes, so they just kind of gave up.
Damn, that's that's understandable. Like, because once you get like a certain amount of kids, it's just like the teacher to student ratio is too much.
Oh
and then
yeah,
it's just like
too much.
Fun school story, very unrelated to this. I had this PE teacher whose name I could say, but we'll choose not to.
Just make up a fake one.
Better option.
Call them
Mr. Jones.
Mr. Jones, got it. Yeah.
He was our PE teacher. I had him my first year of middle school, I think it was. And then my friend had him the year after, and then none of us had him the third year. But he got very intense anger issues for some reason. So the school would open its doors at like 7:30, and then school wouldn't start for another 30 minutes, and they had nowhere to put like us, the largest grade of that they've had in like 30 years. So they put us in the gymnasium where all the PE teachers and really all of the teachers who had nothing going on would just take turns watching us until the 30 minutes were up. And everyone was generally very loud because they had friends, and it was really the only time we had to talk because there was no other free time except for lunch. And then even then we were split up into 2 separate lunches because of how large of a grade we were. And over the weeks, it became very clear that Mr. Jones and the rest of the teachers were getting a little fed up with the noise. And instead of like taking a quick five, like a quick break, Mr. Jones would opt to like 1, 2, 3, eyes on me, all of us, and then shout at us. I say us, but I wasn't doing any talking because I didn't really have like people I felt like talking to. So he'd yell at the entirety of I think it was like 3 grades that were in the gymnasium waiting for school to start. And then one day, apparently we did not heed his warning of, hey, talk a bit quieter because I can't tolerate you for the 30 minutes it takes until class starts. And he threw a chair across the room. And mind you, this room was very large and also chock full of students that he very well could have hit.
Did you get a headshot on somebody?
I wasn't really looking. I saw the initial throw because I just been looking at him, and then he just threw like a whole metal chair. It was a little impressive.
Like a photo,
Guy
like
was
like
crazy.
those folding chairs or like those
No, no,
chairs you
no.
find
Hold on,
at
let me
the
find one. Look up school chair. Oh well,
like
these are like elementary school chair,
like the ones
metal
connected
chair.
to the desk or
No, no, no.
Oh my
It
god.
was like that same kind of chair, but also it was like disconnected from the table. Is the word. Oh,
oh
here's
so
one. Boink. One of these bad boys.
oh my god.
Oh,
Oh,
those ones are painful too.
Yikes.
he just
Yeah.
decided that did he not get fired or anything?
No, he's like
No?
he was there
What?
the whole time I was there. And he was like the worst teacher. Like he'd constantly yell at people. He was like he he had this very fun voice that really did sound like he'd been smoking for like 20 years and then decided, hey, I need to do something, and decided to become a PE teacher because I hear that's the easiest teaching job to get because it's
It
really just,
is.
hey, you run around. But he was like peak physical performance, but really gave me the vibe of someone who would like harass like a Hooters employee.
Yikes.
Yeah,
Literally,
he's crazy.
PE
Shout out to
teachers are the
Mr.
worst.
Jones.
I bet they can just find someone on the side of the road and say, "Hey, you're a PE teacher now. Come with us."
Come with us.
Hey,
You know, the
get the
PE
kids
teachers
to
we
run the
have,
mile.
the PE teachers we have are just the worst. Like
Ooh, fun fact.
we were
I never
supposed
had to
to
run the
do
mile because I pretended to be sick that day and they believed me.
we were supposed to run miles every time in our school, but then the
Ugh.
teacher just didn't care. They said, "Hey, go play basketball. That's it for
I
the
never
entire
would.
school year."
They tried to get us to run the mile in elementary school, and by that I mean like maybe second grade.
Oh,
That
I
was a
hated
nightmare
that.
for me because I was in second grade and also like wasn't into a sport. Uh, and so I tried to get this pact with my friends. I was like, okay, so we're gonna walk the entire time, right, guys? But I was friends with like the sportiest kid in my class, which didn't fare well for me because she decided to start running when she saw that we were like in the last 5 people who hadn't still run the mile, and I continued to walk. And then they told me to just stop early because I wouldn't, I wouldn't like pick up the pace, and I got a good 15 minutes
Damn.
compared to like the best students too. It's very neat.
Dude, I remember when they like started making us do the mile in elementary. I hated that so much because it was like you had the super athletic people, right? But
Yeah,
then you had the rest of us that would walk behind, right? And then it was like so I had people that I would walk with, but it was so annoying because the teacher would be like thinking that we were walking because we gave up, and we were just like, no, this is just easier for us because
yeah,
we don't feel like running. We're gonna make fools of ourselves if we start running, and
yeah.
walking is just easier. And it's like, you didn't tell us we were timed for this, like, so we're
Oh
just
my
walking.
god. Yeah, they never told us we were timed ever. It was just kind of like implied, at least at my school. It was like, yeah, we're gonna be running the mile today. And then after we were all done, they'd hand us cards with our times on it. I was like, what the fuck? I didn't sign up for that.
Wow,
It
what's
was,
being graded for running? What is
Honestly,
this?
yeah.
yeah.
I used to hate that so much, dude. Cause it's just
I
like
was,
I just want to go play capture the flag, man. Like, let me leave.
yeah. I like it was just a nightmare for like I'll say like loser kids like me who had no interest in spending time with other people during recess because that also meant I was not running around the playground like a usual kid. Instead, I watched on the side of the blacktop, playing with dirt while I watched the cool girls do cartwheels. I was like, man, I want to learn how to do a cartwheel. And then I didn't.
Same.
That,
Man,
that,
still don't know
that,
how to
remi-
do a cartwheel.
I still don't know
Yeah.
how to do a cartwheel.
Literally,
it-
everyone does. I just don't, and it
I don't think any of
hurts
us
me to
here do.
remember it.
I don't.
I wish I knew how to do cartwheel.
None of us here could do a fucking
I
cartwheel.
wish I knew.
That makes me feel
Guys.
so much better about myself.
But can
Guys,
anyone do the
CEMDcast
splits? No one
episode
can do the
2, we
splits,
all learned
right?
how to do a cartwheel.
Not me.
Whenever,
Wait, you know how
Yeah.
to do the splits?
What if I learn?
dude, I tried to learn how to do the splits. My hips are not meant for doing the splits.
Oh, same. I was able to
Yeah.
do it like
See,
ages
look,
8 to
we're
9.
all not physically active. Let's go.
Well, it's not even that. Like, even when I was at like my peak physical active self, like I could just not do the splits at all.
I tried doing the splits once. That did not go well.
I could imagine.
You know
Yeah.
what? That actually reminds me. Like, you know about you were talking about the running, yeah?
Yeah.
The one time I didn't get to do the run a mile at elementary school for the entire year is because some kid kicked me in the crotch.
Bruh.
Oh,
What?
And then the teacher said, "Okay, you're not doing the mile no more. You're gonna play first while everyone else runs." I'm like, yay!
This man got out of the mile by getting kicked in the nuts.
For the entire
Jeez.
school year. In
Lucky
the crotch,
bitch.
not in the gut, the
School year.
crotch.
Just
Oh,
the
man.
oh my god.
And I'm like, oh yeah, okay, time to do jump rope, even though I'm bad at it. And I'm just
Dude.
gonna laugh at everybody doing the
Dude.
mile run.
Jump rope was like my favorite until fucking whatchamacallit, until puberty hit, and I was like, I fucking hate jumping up and down in the air.
Oh my gosh, I hated it so bad.
I hate-
It was so embarrassing.
I still can't do jump rope.
Ah, I could
It's-
do like jump. I enjoy doing jump rope vaguely sometimes, but like anywhere is too public. Like we had jump rope for heart, which was an
God.
event where you'd jump rope, and however far you'd get, they'd like donate a certain amount to help kids with like cardiovascular disease. And your parents could also pay money to the school, and then you'd get like a cool voice changer or something, or like an eraser, depending on how much. And there's also milestones where they had these custom rubber ducks that they give you every time you like passed
Oh
one.
my god, those fuckers.
And my mom worked as a substitute teacher during Jump Rope for Heart, so she just stole some for me. It's very nice. I still have them.
Oh my
Nice.
god, nice.
But it was so
Because-
uncomfortable the entire time. One of the assignments one year was, hey, you have to organize your own jump rope routine, and you can have partners or you can be a trio, but you have to have at least 5 moves. And I, like, of course, like, chose the fucking basic 5 where you, like, twirl them around a little bit without actually jumping, because it was so damn embarrassing the whole time.
I remember, I think we did that one year, and I remember that some kid, like, I think we didn't end up doing it that year, because some kid was like, oh, you want me to do jump rope tricks? Okay, and he started using it as a whip.
Wait, are you sure that wasn't me? Because that's what I.
We
Oh,
secretly went to
man.
the same elementary school, got him. Yeah,
my
like,
God.
literally.
Oh my
Like,
God. we met, and then years later we're just like, oh hey, we share things in common.
hey,
Oh, that's crazy.
yeah. So some kid just
Damn.
straight up started using it like a whip during their tricks thing, and then they were just like, nope, never mind. This was a mistake.
But that actually reminds me, back in elementary school again, they forced me to go to a jump rope competition, even though I wanted to do something else.
Oof.
Yeah. And everyone was screaming at me. My entire class was screaming at me, saying, "Oh, what are you doing? You're so bad at this!" Like, I said I didn't want to do this. I'm bad at it, and then I got a free medal for doing bad.
At least you got a medal for it. Jeez.
All the teachers just comfort me because I was just crying, saying, "Wow, I said I couldn't do this. I'm bad at jump rope. Have you seen me literally every day doing jump rope? You see how bad I am? You see why I always avoid jump ropes?"
Dang.
Jump rope and killed my grandma, okay?
Jump rope and kill my grandma.
Hey, she used the jump rope for the wrong way.
Oh no! Freaking No, but that reminds me of like other stuff they did in so middle school, I think it was. You know how like you had to do the science fair like every year once you hit like a certain grade?
Oh, sure.
Oh,
Yeah.
not for me.
I have never done the science fair. I'm gonna be honest.
I
You
had
lucky
I had
bitch.
the 5th
I've
grade
never had
science
a
fair, and
science
that was
fair or
it.
anything.
Oh, just the
Like,
no. Okay, so they were
Yeah.
trying to get like originally it was like 5th grade and then all of the middle school grades that you had to do science
Mhm.
fair, but like
That's a pain.
I think in like 7th grade. Well, this is the reason it stopped because the class before us, the 7th grade class before us, they which one like some of them didn't just straight up didn't do the science fair their year.
Ooh.
Yeah, and then they got in trouble for it and stuff like that. But then the next year, they were like, "Oh yeah, you guys can do science fair," and then never brought it up again. And then by the time the end of the year came, only like 5 people actually did their science fair things.
Wow.
Because the rest of us were like, we're not doing science fair. We hate science fair. Fuck science fair. None of us are doing science fair.
Yeah.
So only
Science
like
fair, no good.
yeah, so like only 5 people like turned in science fair projects, and then I heard later from one of my friends that they didn't actually get to do anything with the science fair projects, and they straight up threw the boards into the garbage, into the
What?
dumpster behind the school. Yeah,
oh my
I was
God.
like, what the fuck?
Imagine spending so much time. Like maybe you did it last second, and then you just find out, hey, they threw it away in the trash.
Yeah, I felt so bad, but I was so glad that like our class set the precedent of we're not fucking doing science fair, you piece of shit.
I wish I had any
They
cool
should have
science
just
people
gave
like that.
the student the project back instead of just throwing him away.
Yeah, gave it
Yeah.
back and give him like an extra grade or something, right? Like, no, they just
Give them
threw
money,
that
I
shit
don't know.
out.
Some
Give them
extra
money, a
credit.
pizza party or anything. Not just like,
Yeah.
hey, you're putting all your hopes and dreams in the trash. Sorry, brother. See you
My
next year.
cool science fair story. It was required like 2 out of the 3 years I had middle school. Like in 6th grade, we were just like learning how to do the science fair, and then it was never brought up again. And then 7th and 8th, they were like, "Yeah, you need to do it." And then I had this like amazing, like I don't want to. It's not groundbreaking, obviously, because I was like 13. But it was like a very cool project. Like I don't fucking know. I can't remember any. No, there was just one I did that was like the Smule like music app where you like sing and then you can like sing with other people. All there's like TikToks made
Mhm.
about it because people sing
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Fuck
Never heard
yeah.
of it.
I'll find it. But I
Guess I'm
had
just a new generation.
I had like there was at least during one update, which is when I had it downloaded, never used it. The update was like you'd sing like the song, and then it'd give you a grade for it. Like it'd score you on how well you sung it. And so my science fair project one year was, hey, how does like the way you sing, like if you're an alto or soprano or whatever, affect what score you get? And like obviously that already doesn't make sense because the grading system is based on how well you sing it compared to the original vocals. So if you're an alto like singing a soprano, you're gonna get a shit grade either way. But that was like my science fair project one year, and my science teacher was like, "Man, this is like really cool." Like just courtesy, like, "Oh wow, you did like the absolute bare minimum requirement that I required you to do." And then weeks would pass, and then each week it was a different checkpoint where you had to get. It was like, okay, you make your hypothesis one week, like your if, then,
Yeah.
and why, and then these few weeks are for testing because kids like are kids and don't know anybody. So they'd go to the teachers and be like, hey, can I have like some spare students that would like to participate in the science experiment? So they'd need a few weeks to like organize that, like get volunteers and then send people over and then like clear out a room for them to do their science experiment for 15 minutes. So that took a few weeks. And I'm what they call a very avid procrastinator. And so I was like, okay, yeah, sure. I know some friends who would like be willing to sing for the science experiment because they were all really annoying theater kids. We all were. Like I'm in the theater elective. There ought to be somebody. And then I didn't ask anybody for 4 weeks. And then the poster was due. And that is around the time when all the students who didn't do the experiment, like me, would go to the teachers and be like, hey, I don't have my experiment. Can you like give me one? And I was, of course, not the only one. There was like 3 other people. And so the teacher gave us this like bare necessity, like science experiment, like, oh, if you like freeze like she had like 5 bouncy balls and was like, okay, under what circumstances that these balls endure, like compared to how high they bounce. Like she put one in the freezer, one in the fridge, left one out, and then boiled one. And she had us all bounce them and like write that down. And that would have gotten me like a solid B plus, or like even like an A-. Because I had kept track of everything. I was very on top of it when I had to be. And then we didn't do posters that year for whatever reason. We did Google Slides for our science for our science fair.
Oh no.
Unless you wanted to participate in the contest where they'd give out prizes for how good your science experiment was, then you'd have to do a poster, which nobody wanted to do unless they were failing or were really smart. I was neither. So I did my Google Slides and then I went, I want to add some charm to this. And what I did was I put every slide in Comic Sans and I turned it in. And the teacher put our grades on these cards with like the rubric on it, like how well did you do like the title slide, how well did your experiment go, like how well documented is this, how well formatted. She took off 20 points because I made it all Comic Sans, and she gave me a C because of it. It was pretty funny.
Because of your font.
Just because of 20, but like I understand that font is like a big thing for presentations, but like if you're not specific about that, and also 20 points, yeah.
It was like yeah.
Wow, everything's correct. Oh, you put Comic Sans? Nah, you're getting a C.
You're getting a C. Yeah, like I'm sorry.
Yeah.
From what I hear
thoughtful about everything.
From what I hear from millennials and the like, Comic Sans is apparently like their kryptonite, where it's just the worst thing they've ever seen.
See, I don't,
and it fills them with rage.
I can understand why, and like like essays and stuff like that, you don't want to write in Comic Sans, but like for presentations, Comic Sans is not that bad. Like I can understand not liking like Papyrus or something because that just looks weird as hell. Yeah, unless you're doing like some like kind of history presentation, then that might be acceptable. But like,
oh yeah,
Comic Sans is not that bad.
Yeah, it's not that. I'll use it for writing essays, where I'll write the essay in Comic Sans and then I'll put it back in Times New Roman.
You're crazy. I didn't know I was in a VC full of Comic Sans apologists.
What are your thoughts on Comic Sans?
And ravioli at disco.com. Right here.
What the heck? You guys are insane. I'm trying to find my graphics teacher. She started typing in Comic Sans and she's like, never mind, we're not using that. That's stupid. I'm looking for it. I'll find it.
Comic Sans, listen, I wouldn't use Comic Sans normally because there's a lot of fonts out there that are better, but like, it's not that bad. Like,
it is that bad.
It's not.
I'm one of those people that really cannot tell the difference between different fonts. Like, I know that Papyrus looks different because there's a very distinct difference where the letters are thinner and also taller and more annoying looking. But like every other font, unless it's like the one that is like made to look spooky. I don't remember what that one's called, but it's like the generic blood text.
Oh no, never mind. I thought you were talking about Wingdings, the one where it just turns all into symbols.
No. Yeah, there's Wingdings, the blood text, and then like Papyrus that are the distinct fonts to me. Like somebody could sneakily like change the font of like my essay, and I probably would not know this.
This is my favorite Undertale. Wait, no, font.
It's hilarious to me because we're talking about like Comic Sans and freaking Papyrus and my brain. Yeah, and Wingdings.
Yeah, I was gonna say Undertale joke when.
Yeah, my brain just immediately goes to Undertale, and I'm just like, oh no. I'm not unvaccinated. I'm not uncanning that thing of worms.
I was lucky enough to get into the fandom before. I mean, I wasn't even in the fandom. I played the game because it was the cool, hip new game, and I was however old. And me and my brother got it on Steam for free, and we like speed ran it because we were visiting our grandparents' house and we were allowed to take the computer.
Nice. Yeah, no, like I didn't play it until like a few years after the whole craze of it died down. But like I'd see like playthroughs of it and stuff like that, and I was like involved in the fandom to some degree. So like the
cough cough.
like the alternate universes and stuff like that. I absolutely loved the characters like Papyrus and shit like that. Metaton is still my favorite character, and I love him to death. Like,
Oh yeah, of
holy
course.
shit!
I could tell because a lot of things you made were
Oh
a lot
yeah,
of them.
no, friggin' okay. That's a side thing though. Is that so? I have a thing for drag queens. I fucking love drag queens. They're amazing. I went to New York and we went and saw Kinky Boots. I cried unironically during the fucking play.
Wow.
it's just so
They were doing the fucking song, the really like hype song, right? Where all the like drag queens come on the stage and they're like they got the new looks and like the different looks of the heel and shit. Like I don't remember what song it was, but they're like doing the musical number and I'm just sitting there like crying tears of joy and I'm just like this is so fucking beautiful. Like entirely unironically. Like
Wow.
I don't know what the fuck it is, but just drag queens are I'm like fuck yeah, you keep doing that shit. That's amazing.
you keep being beautiful, keep doing you.
Yeah, honestly, like seriously, it's like drag queens are just the fucking bomb, dude. Like seriously.
Oh sure.
Yeah.
This
Like
reminds me
I'm
when
sorry.
you went on a drag queen rant like during a stream, and I clipped the whole thing. It was so long.
I did because they're fucking awesome. Like
As you should, as you should.
I literally like I used to always say this is that if I was a guy, if I was male, I would 100% be somewhere in the drag queen industry right now. Like
Oh yeah.
100%. Cuz it's just fucking cool as fuck. Like I absolutely love it.
See, folks, if everyone Duckie to talk about this again, just mention the words drag queen or Metaton.
Or just Metaton, yeah, because I mean, he's not technically a drag queen, but he gives off that kind of energy, you know?
He
Yeah.
does. He's just a guy he's just beautiful.
Have you guys? This is a very abrupt and unrelated subject change, but have you guys seen this? I'm gonna read the synopsis right here because I've had it pulled up for like 30 minutes.
Oh god.
The life-size doll named Emma has a permanently hunched back, varicose veins, red eyes, and protruding stomach. Have you guys heard of Emma the life-size?
No.
No, what the
I'm
what
sending
the
it.
fuck? What
So
the fuck?
basically, no.
That sounds like the plot device for a shocking movie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for like a horror film.
I saw it on TikTok and I've seen the outrage to it, and I just realized this morning why it was. Hey, maybe, you know, just a product of capitalism, a vice for capitalism. It's this life-size doll of that shows what office workers might look like in 20 years, and it's this dystopian looking like Hunchback of Notre Dame woman. And I've been going past the Discord and also this because we don't have a server.
Oh.
So
What the heck is that?
What?
Why does
this
it
is
look
Emma, the life-size
the-
doll that has a permanently hunchback, varicose veins,
I
red
hate
eyes, and
it.
protruding stomach.
Why does it look like
and-
Igor?
So they
It
placed her
does.
in an office, just to what the video that I watched was saying, it didn't really mean was that she is placed in offices and is being spread around the internet in order to instead promote better working conditions on, like, you know, the people in charge's part. It's trying to promote a healthier lifestyle for the workers. And initially I was like, oh yeah, okay, I feel like this has been done like 3 times already, like I've seen this person before. And so she's like in a lot of marketing material right now. And what I found out through my digging because she just looked so horrific to me. I had to know more. She actually, Emma, crazy lady right here, is not actually trying to promote a better health on the behalf of workers, for the betterment of humanity. No. I don't remember exactly what the people who made her conglomerate is, but it's made by this company that sells office supplies, and what they specialize in is standing desks. So they made Emma, this dystopian looking woman, in order to sell more standing desks under the guise that, hey, this is what you'll look like if you don't get up off your ass for 3 minutes. And I just think she's crazy.
Bro, that's insane. I'm not surprised that ended up just being a marketing ploy, by somebody else, but just the sheer fact that they were like, how are we gonna market our desks? We could spread propaganda on, online platforms and, pictures and stuff. No. We need to make a life-size doll.
Yeah, we need to make her. We need to... We need to make her shorter by 1.5 feet, and then put all that neck into the front of her. Make her look like a Disney character.
Literally.
I just want to know how much money they put in it.
Right?
Literally.
Article. I swear it ought to be. I didn't read it. I just knew that
way too much.
It was the first link that popped up.
Imagine modeling that and then everyone just talking shit about it, saying, "Wow, it's so ugly."
Well, I think
I'm sure I could find images made during progress pictures.
Yeah, because I think the goal of that is to make because I'm looking at the picture right now, and the face looks normal for the most part. I mean, I can't see it really zoomed in or anything, so I could be completely wrong there. And it does say that she's got red bloodshot eyes, so that's obviously not normal. But for the most part, okay, never
She's
mind.
So fun.
Never mind. I see that zoomed in picture. That's okay.
I love her.
Oh, yeah, her face is normal. You say her face.
No, it's not. No, it's not. I was gonna say the features on it look fairly norm. If you're taking away the color, because the color messes up everything. But if you take the facial features as they are, and you don't, and you move the hair up a little bit, it does look like a normal face. But just the hunch is weird, and then this is when you make a movie, when you're when shitty animators make a movie, a shitty knockoff movie, and you get the Uncanny Valley characters. Yeah. This is what that looks like. An Uncanny Valley.
Definitely move like that.
I don't think that I don't have white skin, so I don't know how it works, but I don't think you're supposed to look like that.
No.
That's right. Her whole thing is oh, this is what you will look like if you keep working at your job. But instead of that being the message, it's if you don't stand up while at your job, you'll be ugly and unfortunate. It's kind of do you know that statue that's somewhere in a hospital or a waiting room in Japan that's modeled after what it feels like to be waiting alone in a waiting room?
No.
Fuck!
No.
You guys.
No,
I'm quitting the podcast.
I'm quitting the podcast. Again.
You guys are not with me. Okay, I'm out. Goodbye.
Statue that looks like I'll look it up. What it
also in the
like.
meantime, I found my graphics teacher's thing. I'll send it.
Ooh.
Oh yes.
Literally fuck the internet for not showing me what I want to say.
Can anyone take Comic Sans seriously? I know I can, so I will change fonts now.
But I can't find the statue. But there's statue somewhere in Japan in a waiting room that is I'll find it after the podcast.
I'll find it. I'll look.
Thank you. I'm not good at Googling. But it's made to look like what it feels like to be in a waiting room, and it's kind of laid back, and his hands are clasped together, and he's very grotesque, kinda. and very awkward looking.
What?
And I think that's what this lady is supposed to be, like what it feels like to work at like a 9-to-5 desk job all day. It's like what it feels like. So then the general public is like, oh no, this is an actual future for me. When in reality, it's, not. And it's just made to make you feel bad. But it's like definitely like I sit hunched over like ever since I was like maybe three, Jesus Christ, 7. So like I just like stand like her on a daily basis, obviously not as disgusting.
I mean, like you're gonna have a little bit of a hunch, but that much hunch, like
that much hunch is impossible, but definitely what it feels like to be sitting like that.
I think it's possible, but I think you'd have to have like scoliosis or something and have it not be treated.
Oh yeah, for
like,
sure.
Because people can have a hunchback like that. Sometimes people's spines are fucked up, but normally they try to fix it so it's unfucked up.
What's really iffing me right now is her feet. Not to say that I look at her feet, but like it's the full body picture in the article. It very much stands out that it's just kind of 2 nubs and they slap some shoes on. Are they backwards? Are the shoes backwards?
I can't see can you send a picture of them? Because I'm looking at this on my phone, so it doesn't like.
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah. I can't send screenshots on my computer, so hold on, let me open up the article.
The feet are weird.
The feet are absolutely very strange.
Is that one meme template or something?
That's the worst part of this dystopia. Feet will never be the same.
The feet will never be the same.
Toes or anything.
See, the problem I have with this is the fact, like, I've seen stuff, right, where it's like, oh, in whatever amount of years, if women keep wearing heels, our feet will like curve up and stuff like that. They have not taken advantage of that for this amalgamation's feet, and I'm very disappointed.
Yeah, they oughta, which like that even in my like limited knowledge brain, I know is very untrue, because ballerinas, they have to start when they're like 3, so their feet can like fucking like.
Oh yeah, but their feet are all sorts of fucked up.
Yeah, and that's like the same sort of psychology with like your heels are gonna fucking upturn. They're not gonna upturn. Now, kids aren't wearing heels that are gonna upturn your feet.
The human race is going to adapt to wearing heels and give our own heels on the bottoms of our feet.
I just had a very bad idea. Give me a second.
Oh boy, you had a very bad idea. I'm worried.
Horrendous,
absolutely.
It's not every time we switch conversations or topics.
That's a bad idea, I think. That's a bad idea, I think, because we switched to like 3 different topics at the beginning when we were trying to get through introductions. Like,
just your introduction alone. So
yeah, exactly. That's a terrible idea.
Also, I made the Cursed Abomination.
What's the what did you make?
Boy.
Oh god.
Something to rival Duckie's one-shots.
Oh no. Oh no. You better put that in cursed shit.
A friend.
Oh wait. Okay, curse. We're going to curse.
Yeah, if it's gonna rival my D&D monsters, then yes.
Who would win a fight?
For
the Grinch goblins or this?
That's just a thumbnail.
For context for our audience, I run some. Oh god, that's horrifying. I run some holiday one-shots. They're not all really super holiday themed, but we were doing them around the holidays. One-shots involving 2 of these people that are here, and 2 others. And I have consistently, aside from the last one, had them fight monsters that are just very badly photoshopped, but that are terrifying. I'll put some examples up on the screen, but we had like the baby-faced like ogre things. There was, what was the first one? I don't remember.
Grinchmite.
The Grinchmite. Yes, the Grinchmite. That was terrifying. And then we at some point just had the least overwhelming one, which was the Hydra.
Dude, that kicked everybody's ass.
It did. The funny thing is that like that was the least cursed out of all of the cursed ones I've made, and it kicked y'all's ass.
It's the most threatening.
Yeah.
It's the most. I guess if it's more serious, it's more dangerous.
Apparently, yeah. But I it's fine. I made it up by summoning the literal Lucky Charms god. So it was just a box of Lucky Charms that I just plopped on the screen.
Robert is frankly the best character I think that's ever been conceptualized.
Yeah.
Wait, does Rav even know about Robert?
So Rav, do you know about Robert? Because we have to explain to the audience anyway.
Please.
I think I remember watching the stream, and I got there like right after Robert was created, so I was a little confused. So refresh me.
Okay, who wants to talk about Robert?
I don't feel like I'll do him any justice.
Okay, I'll talk about Robert then.
Robert. Word picture.
The very first holiday one shot that we did, one of the players came up with technically his class was a fighter. However,
really?
Yeah, technically. But he was just a random business guy from our world who just got transferred into the D&D world that we were in. That I was making. That was just he just showed up. Like he was just a random business guy. And so I gave him like a magical set of cards that did a whole bunch of stuff. Not the deck of many things, but a bunch of like deck of many things equivalents that I found on Reddit, and smashed together. And then, so he was really funny, and his cards were basically the reason why they won the first time. And then Robert disappeared, at the end of that one shot. And then in the next one shot, it was at a high school, and Robert was the human. What was it? Again, he was the therapist.
Yeah,
or
he was
something.
The guidance counselor.
The guidance counselor. Yeah. Guidance counselor / therapist that everybody loved. And then he wasn't a PC at this point. He was an NPC, but I kept him around because I thought it was funny. And then the third one shot we did, Robert was essentially a demigod. And because I summoned the Lucky Charms god to tell one of the players who believed in the Lucky Charms god that their mission was complete and that they were being sent to Lucky Charms heaven, or Lucky Charms Valhalla, essentially. And Robert was the demigod in charge of it, who was there to escort them there. And so when we do the next one shot, obviously the progression just has to continue growing. And so I've promised that Robert will be a god in the next one shot that we do.
I'm so happy about that.
He's gonna be a goth now.
No, he's not a goth. So
he's the manager.
Actually, I could say this now because so this is an actual inside scoop.
Ooh.
This is an actual one. I was gonna send it earlier, but I didn't get it typed out, but I can say it now. The prompt for you guys for the breaking into goth IHOP as a bunch of rats is that you are a bunch of multi-dimensional travelers that have been that have been granted access to multi-dimensional travel by some of your like home rat scientists, and in your multi-dimensional travel you met the ancient elder god Robert. And the ancient elder god Robert was like, hello, I need your help. Some of my power has been stolen and locked away in the goth IHOP dimension. Yeah. Somebody at goth IHOP stole some of Robert's power and locked it away in the goth IHOP dimension. So we need you guys to go in and get it back.
What fools.
I'm a cleric. I'm a cleric for Robert.
Yeah, you guys are essentially Robert is your patron, no matter what class you choose. Yeah.
Everyone's a warlock.
But yeah, that's the that's gonna be the prompt for it. That there's an actual inside scoop for you guys.
I'm so happy about that. Robert may be the only character that I care about ever. Calvert can eat shit.
Calvert, and why is he a tiefling?
Calverith. We all love, everybody loves Calverith and his dumbass energy.
He's so cool. He's
No.
so blind. I need
He's
to raise
so
his I
blind.
need to raise his intelligence.
This character, Eris.
Yeah.
Eris. The most problematic.
Do you guys want to introduce your characters for the audience?
I do.
For the main D&D campaign, just so this makes a little bit more sense.
Okay.
We just show them the nutshells and the D&D in a nutshell. That's your only context.
That is your only context.
Yeah,
Stay
you have
tuned
to
for
follow
further
Twitter
updates.
But I play a tiefling fighter named Calverith, and he, yeah, I was about to say his class again, but no. And the problem, main little quirk about Calverith is that at the start of the campaign, he had a wisdom of 8, and I think an intelligence of 9. I don't remember. It might have still been 11. Or I'm just thinking of another character, but he definitely had a wisdom of 8, and which meant, excuse me for word salad over here. He has failed every insight and perception check he's ever made, except for the one where he where Rav's character had a letter from an NPC she was romancing, and then Calverth asked her what the letter was, and she said nothing, and then he insight checked, rolled well enough to know that she was lying, and then didn't push it, so ultimately it didn't matter. And he's most recently rolled both a natural 20 and a nat 1 back-to-back on perception checks. So I hate him a lot right now.
I mean,
but that's him.
To be fair, though, I mean, he did have the good idea of like, hey, maybe we shouldn't go into the super magic fuck.
Was that a good
forest.
idea?
But potentially, I'm saying from an outside perspective, like not knowing it, like if you're just someone in the world, right, and you don't know what the fuck is in that forest, and all you've heard is like it's super fucking magical, and that is it, and it is unable to be mapped. From an outside perspective, it's a good idea to steer clear of it, you know?
Yeah, it seems pretty inefficient. It seems like the horrible like idea in a movie that would lead to the climax.
Where's the trauma on that? There's always gotta be trauma.
See, the ruins were cool because we knew that would lead to character development.
Yeah, fun fact.
The magic forest will only lead to character death.
Maybe
fun fact though. Fun fact though, technically those ruins were in an upper corner portion of the Zen Forest. So technically you guys have been through a portion of it already.
Dude, but Calvert didn't read the map, or didn't know how to read the map when Josen was looking at it.
Oh yeah, because you guys had a guide, yeah. So y'all didn't know that
I tried to look over his shoulder and I rolled too poorly, and I just decided I couldn't read the map.
Yeah.
So if the Zen Forest the ruins was part of the Zen Forest, does that mean the entire forest is just a Sudoku puzzle?
No. No, I would.
It's all one big Sudoku puzzle, like the numbers are trees.
I would never do that.
Yes, you would.
No, I would not. I would not. I would not do that for an entire forest. I would do that as a puzzle in a room, yes. I've done that already that you guys have gone through. I would not do that for an entire section of a country.
You fall into a pit hole, which is just
I feel like that would take way too much planning to be like, yes, this, like, make the map, and then it's like, this area is this number, this area is that, and like, it'd be possible to do that, but it'd be extremely difficult, and I don't think I'd want to build a world like that and have to constrain myself that much.
I would cry if you did that.
I would scream.
I one shot, but it's just entirely just math.
I literally spent like 3 hours of my own time solving Sudoku,
and I
for that one puzzle, that I didn't need to do the full thing for, and I am not doing that again. So,
I
I
didn't
feel
even help.
so bad
See,
about
oh,
They did
continue.
it by
Sorry,
themselves.
sorry,
I
sorry,
did not
sorry.
even help.
I feel so bad about Josen, because I feel like he
oh
was
my
like a super
gosh.
cool, like obviously fleshed out NPC on your part. But
Yeah.
also I wasn't like super comfortable playing Calvareth yet. Like I didn't know what his whole thing was. And on top of that, I also was still very much on my toes talking to all of you for like 5 months, which is insane. And then fucking I don't know, when I was able to when I was as soon as I got comfortable playing Calvareth, I got the curse that was like, oh, you have to sing everything you say for 24 hours. And I was like,
Oh my
fucking
goodness.
goddamn it.
No, like, so I will say that Josen's backstory was a bit more fleshed out, but the only reason that I did that was because of the fact that I knew that, like, him specifically from the ship crew might be traveling with you guys for a longer period of time. And so I was like, if they want to interact with him and know more stuff about him, I need to have that planned just in case.
Okay.
You know? So, like,
Yeah.
So, it's like, yeah, you were right about him being, like, kind of fleshed out and, like, he was somewhat of a cool dude. But at the same time, it was, like, the only reason I did that is because I knew he'd be traveling with you guys for potentially a long time. And so I was like, I need to make him actually feel like a character and not just,
And
like...
you did a very good job at doing that. And I again just was like not super comfortable playing Calvin. And also the added struggle onto that is every time I say his name, I need to make sure I'm not saying Johan, because I keep thinking his name is Johan for no valid reason.
That whole thing happened. I was just like, oh my god.
It's still happening. It's an ongoing thing. Like, I have to psych myself up to say Josen's name, because I'm like, what if I say Johan again? His name's not Johan.
Oh my god.
Or is it?
Or is it? Yeah.
He just makes a character called Johan, and then Eric just says, Josen.
There's no character named Johan ever. Not even once.
Not even once. Yeah, no. No, the funny thing too about that was that I ran into a problem at some point because I made Josen like an actual like character, because I was like, wait a minute, they got stuck in the mansion for a while and they're in the basement now, and Josen was just gonna go buy some stuff from the shop and then go figure out where they went. Yeah. And then I was like, okay, he'd know that the hotel or the inn that was there had been reduced to ashes and there was nothing really there, and that the main place that they'd probably be staying would be in the big mansion that was there, right, with the guy. And then and then I was like, oh no, I have to run a solo session by myself to figure out if like Josen would actively fight this guy or if he would also get stuck in the basement. Which, now that it's happened, I can say I did do that, and Josen rolled really high on his perception checks, and
Josen.
and the owner of the mansion, Theodius, rolled really low on his deception.
Get fucking destroyed, Theodius.
Yeah, no, so Josen knew immediately that this guy was not like what he seemed at all, and he was about to fight this guy. But then I was like fighting, so I was essentially fighting myself with my two NPCs, and I was just like, and then I was like, oh, wait a minute, Theodius has a hold person spell.
Ooh.
And then so I was like, he would use that because he's an evil motherfucker. And I didn't want to do it, but I did it, and I rolled for Josen's fucking, whatever the save is for that. He didn't make it. And then he proceeded to not make it any of the next couple of turns he had before Theodius managed to knock him out. And it was so bad because I was like, okay, Josen's fighting him now. Maybe Josen can kill him or at least injure him so that when the party gets to him...
Kill Theodius for us, dude.
Yeah, and try to find you guys. Or, at the very least, if Theodius gets him and knocks him out and puts him in the basement, at least Theodius is injured for when you guys get out. Because you guys had a pretty easy time navigating the maze because of, like, other fuckery. And so I was like, oh, they're probably going to fight him next session. Yeah, exactly. And then it turned out that I didn't technically need to do any of that because our wizard, who's not here currently, just cast what was it? No, it wasn't fireball. It was like a lightning spell or something. That did 40 points of damage.
Jesus Christ.
Just right off the bat, like literally halved his health in one hit. And it counted as a surprise attack. So of course he got to attack again because he rolled really high on initiative, and then y'all just basically wiped him out.
He was going to give this giant speech, but then he just died.
Yeah, he was in the middle of evil monologuing, and then he just got fucking wrecked.
I wanted to hear it too. It's like such a cliche for D&D characters to kill the bad guy before they finish their monologue, and I was like, no, guys, let's hear him out. And then I just went, nope.
His monologue.
It was so funny to me too because I was like, oh, they're gonna get to hear like plot things regarding this guy, and then it was just like, no, fuck it, he's dead now. It's like, oh, it's like you don't get any plot. No. And then the wizard proceeded to, in the short rest that you guys had, start setting the mansion on fire, and then so the mansion's just burnt down. You know. Everything in the basement might be out now. Who knows? You guys don't. You guys don't. You left the mansion burning.
What was such a bummer was when Calverth was carrying like the butler because he was unconscious or whatever, and then the butler guy woke up, and then he was like, "Oh yeah, there's still like people who work at the mansion there."
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh no, that place is gone.
Okay, I will say the people in the mansion that were working there, they did get out. Safely. They did get out safely because
I was like, oh no.
Yeah, no, they did get out safely because the same wizard who fucking set it on fire left and then went to go investigate one of the rooms while it was on one of the other rooms that wasn't on fire, and ran into the kitchens where there was like the two chefs and was like, yeah, you guys might want to leave soon, and then just left without any context. And so they're like, okay, that's weird. And then, of course, and then they start seeing smoke enter in, and they're okay, we're getting the fuck out of here. Like, but yeah.
If I was playing... Calverth is such, like, an alignment, like, whiplash for me. Because he's, like, what? He's neutral good. I think at one point I made him lawful neutral, and then I changed it because I was like, I don't know how to play lawful characters very well. But he is like the only one of my characters who has a set moral compass, who, you know, wouldn't beat the shit out of somebody, you know, for fun. Like, I have a half-orc warlock named Slate, and several adjacent characters who are just the absolute rattiest bitches in the entire Forgotten Realms. Like, in the campaign I play Slate in, he's very much, like, an outlier in his party because of, like, his upbringing. Like, he's like, very much feral, like, child vibes. He spoke with more or less, like, a demigod at one point, and the demigod was like, yeah, so, like, why are you the way that you are? You act like you didn't grow up with parents. Which is true. But... So like, I'm used to playing characters like Slate or like characters like Edward, who are like prissy like bitches who have like a superiority complex. And then with Calverth, he's just this humble, poor as all hell, like genuinely trying to be a good person. And I just was not used to playing that kind of character for just the longest time because I just didn't know what he'd do. I was like, oh man, I gotta do this guy justice because he's like a good person. But also like he is a person, so he also isn't like very strict with like he isn't like strictly like devoted his life to a god or a law or anything. He's just a guy. Is what he was supposed to be.
Dang. It's just a guy hanging out.
He's just a guy.
He's just a guy.
He's just a guy who wanted to get away from an entire country because his home was bad.
And then you have the complete opposite, which is my character.
Yeah, then we have Eris.
Introduce him.
Yeah. Me who still has no more compass, and I'm just stupid.
Inherently selfish.
Inherently
Yeah.
selfish, yeah.
He has the highest intelligence, but
It's fucking garbage. Never uses it.
yeah.
Good
And,
brain for what?
and somehow Cal is smarter than Eris by just 1%.
By just 1%.
By just 1%, yeah.
They're both morons, but Cal at least knows not to go into a magic forest without a map.
I think like ignoring the stats just character-wise, I think like technically Eris is more intelligent than Cal, but like Cal is a little bit wiser. So like
Yeah.
he knows better how to be more of like a person, whereas Eris is just like, you know, I think it'd be funny if I impersonated people on this boat with no exit strategy.
Oh my gosh.
Good time.
Strategy is his wings, but he doesn't have that no more, so he's kind of screwed.
With all of my characters, what I like do with them, just because everyone has like a trend of what they do with their characters, like for example, which is not the example I was originally opened my mouth for, was that every one of my characters at least like either didn't grow up with a steady home, their parents ate shit and died, or they just like didn't really like their parents and just kind of left. Like in Calvert's case, it was just the whole situation, and then he dipped. And then with Edward's situation, his parents fucking up and died like morons. And so he had to leave. And then Slate, he is his own thing, like through his own like dumbass decision. He got lost and then decided to leave. And then I have like several other characters here that just kind of left home. But what I did open my mouth for was every character I've ever made, except maybe one, has fantastic charisma. Like charisma is the stat I put the highest number into when it happens. Which is weird because I don't know if it's like some part of me that thinks if my charisma isn't high, I can't be funny in character, because it's like not true. There's a lot of ways to play D&D, and you're allowed to be funny without a high charisma score. But I'm just like, oh yeah, this silly guy. But like I could have put that charisma number into like wisdom or something, and then put his like dex in his charisma, and then it would have been fine.
Yeah.
But alas,
now he is extremely charismatic.
yeah,
Just all
he
of
has
the
a
time.
+0 in most of his skills.
Except charisma. We love to see it.
He charmed everyone in the first session just by waving.
He did.
He did. That was very cool.
I think at some point I did like the math on how like your averages for like the stats and everything. Hold on, let me see if I have that pinned.
This has turned into a D&D talk show.
This really has turned into a D&D talk show.
We talk about messy
It's the thing I can talk most widely about. I did an 8-hour stream one day just because I felt like it, just so I could talk about this one D&D campaign. I was like, chat, I know I'm supposed to just be drawing right now, but also let me tell you about this one D&D character I have. And then I walked through the entire session notes, point by point. I was like, oh yeah, and then this happened.
Nice.
This was the day he was born. I'm telling you his entire backstory.
I did start off absolutely with his backstory.
Okay, I've got to say, so I didn't find so I'm looking through the pins and I didn't find the math thing immediately, but I found the pin of when you sent you were talking to like Major, I think it was, about Cal, and they sent you back, give the guy a gun.
Yeah, I was thinking about that when I got a gun.
Yeah, so another thing for our audience, so we had a wizard character that became a wizard artificer, and he figured out how to make a gun. But he's staying currently at the castle while so we did a character swap with him, with like the player has a different character now. So we did a character swap, so the wizard artificer is staying at the castle, and then they got a new person that joined. That's a wizard cleric. But the wizard artificer, before the party left the castle island, gave Calvarith a gun.
Yeah, literally.
And there was
Session I said, hey, this reminds me of the thing that Major said about giving Calv a gun. So
Yeah.
then no one said
Yeah, I
anything
was
about it,
thinking
so I'm
about it.
like,
I was
oh,
like,
okay.
did I send a screenshot to them that was like, friend telling me they should give my gun? I don't want to say anything in case I was completely wrong.
No, I just looked through the pinned messages and it's there, and I'm like, oh shit, the prophecy.
It's been fulfilled.
Yo. Okay. This has been a lot of stuff. Holy shit. All right. Well, yeah. If anybody, do we have anything else that we want to like discuss? I guess for episode 1, or are we good to end it there?
I think we might be good to end it.
Our mini game. Okay, just kidding.
Well, we're not doing. Shh! Don't talk about the mini games. We're not doing that until we have a special guest.
Spoilers.
Spoilers.
Gosh.
What? It's Insider's Truth again.
To insiders look again. Oh, but yeah. No. So hopefully next week we can have ourselves a special guest. I say next week. Like, if we're gonna record this next week,
we're gonna have a schedule.
Like, yeah, so I'll say next week we'll have a special guest, and then I'll just make sure to upload this a week before we have the special guest.
Okay. Who's gonna be our special guest?
I don't know. We'll just if I'm a liar about the week thing, that's fine. I'll just fix it after I post it. And I'll just put an apology in the second video, like, sorry, this is a week. This is longer than a week.
My apology video.
Yeah, exactly. The CEMDcast apology video. But yeah. Yeah, if you guys have any ideas in the comments of who our special guest should be, let us know. We'll see if we can hit them up. But I have a couple of ideas, but I won't share because it's spoilers for our next podcast episode.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh, spoilers.
Oh my gosh, spoilers.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh, spoilers.
Alright. Cool. Alright. I guess we'll just... This is the CEMDcast coming at you. See you later.
So we already came at them, and now we're gone.
Yeah, well, now we're leaving. We're coming at them again, and we're leaving.
Oh, yeah.
You have to say our goodbyes in order again, but in reverse order.
In reverse. Okay, yeah, so it goes you, then Rav, then Aridin, then me.
Okay.
Wait, what?
Oh, yeah.
So we're doing the goodbyes in the reverse order we did the introductions.
Follow me on
Goodbye.
Bye-bye. Take care of yourself. Drink some water.
This is a nightmare. We're just trying to do the good. Okay. One more time. Go.
Okay.
Hello.
Goodbye.
Wait, I thought
Arid, you're not supposed to go after Mancer. You're supposed to go after Rav.
Oh, no.
It's in reverse order.
I'm a moron, Duckie.
Okay. Well, okay.
Get me off the podcast.
Restart.
All at the same time.
Okay, 3, 2, 1. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye. Take care.
Great. All right, I'm gonna stop.